Well, are you unsure of what career path to take? The good news is the Valley has to offer when it comes to higher education. And now SJVC Fresno is launching a new program to help people become occupational therapy assistants. But what exactly do they do? Let's bring in Amy Devers, the program director, to break it all down for us. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
And I guess the first thing we need to tackle is occupational therapist assistant. What exactly is that?
Yeah, good question. So occupational therapy assistants work with occupational therapists and generally the rehabilitation team that you'll see in most hospitals.
Okay.
So that would be physical therapists, physical therapy assistants, speech therapists, nurses, rehabilitation aides. So they're part of that rehab team. And an occupational therapy assistant is pretty much a very essential job to that team. We need everybody involved to get someone from maybe an acute event like something after the hospital to back on their feet and doing life skills again. So it really is, occupational therapy in general is really just teaching people how to engage in their meaningful occupations again, whether or not that is as simple as cooking yourself breakfast, putting clothes on, getting dressed, taking a shower, to engaging in school. And as a kid, maybe a child has autism, being able to play with their friends. So anything that's meaningful to a person, occupational therapists or occupational therapy assistants are pretty much crucial.
Okay. Well, how does that kind of differ? I know people think about physical therapists a lot.
Yeah.
How do those two things differ?
So it's a really common question, and it's a good question. I actually really like answering it. It makes some people really nervous to answer it, but I like it, actually.
Okay.
So what sometimes you'll hear is that, oh, occupational therapy does upper body and PT does lower body, and I hate that. So what I want to clarify on that is that we both work together. We're like siblings almost. So we work together as a team to get somebody to be able to perform every skill again. So an example might be a PT might work on mobility, which would be something like walking from A to B, right? A strength. They really focus on strength and kind of motor skills and things like that. We do that too, but everything is done for a functional purpose. So it might be that their goal is to get Jane from the bathroom to the bedroom, but ours is to get them to the bedroom so that they can sit down, put on their pajamas, go to sleep, everything that, and brushing their teeth. So anything that involves an activity of daily living, which is what we call them, we focus on. So it's just your everyday things we take for granted that we can do. And if you have had a stroke or you lost a limb, you have to learn how to do these things all over again or in a new way. So we provide a lot of adaptive equipment for any kind of injury. So it's really a profession that encompasses birth to death, really.
Wow.
So the minute you're born, you're engaging in occupations. You're, even if you're sleeping most of the time because you're a newborn, your occupations at that time are really feeding, going to the bathroom, things like that. Death all the way. I mean, we're in home health, so we do, at the end stage of cancer, like we get comfort care, training caregivers. Also, how to take care of their loved ones is really important for us.
Yeah.
So we do everything. Physical, cognitive, mental health even. So
Wow.
yeah, it's an all-encompassing job, which is why, but it's also super important,
Well, on top of that, since you do have so many things you guys tackle and work on, how is a workload with a course like this with your new program?
I mean, it's definitely a rigorous program. It's 20 months from start to finish, and it's not too different in terms of length from maybe something that's like a nursing profession or something like that, something like a nurse. But it's pretty standard for this degree. It's an associate's degree. Okay. So they come in with some prereqs. So there's like anatomy, physiology, psychology. All the list of prereqs is actually, you can find on our website. And all of that is, we look at all those transcripts. So those need to come in with those classes because we start with all of that baseline knowledge right away. Like they're into kinesiology right away. Everything is focused on the profession from the beginning to the end. So even though it's associates, but also they come out with a degree in occupational therapy assistance.
That's amazing.
So, right, so it's a great job because I know we encompass a lot, but people focus on one area or another. So I know people who are pediatric, and I know people who are specifically just older, so geriatric, or maybe even just hospital. So there's a lot of different fields. So we kind of know, we want everyone to come out knowing the basics as an entry-level practitioner, but they'll probably end up focusing, you know, once they get into an area, yeah.
Real quick, if someone thinks they're interested in this and has a prereqs for it and everything, how can they sign up for this course?
Right, so they can see our application process on our website, which is sjvc.edu/OTA. They can contact our admissions advising team, and they will get them set on all the, it's pretty simple. It's a really basic application process. So, and they can read about everything that they would need to require for that. And we also have financial aid officers for anybody who has questions about financial aid. Right there, they can schedule that. So it's kind of all done for you. All you have to do is be interested in it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for helping us understand what occupational therapist assistant is and bringing us all this information.
Yeah.
Thank you.